Ooh. So guys, we just found this guy out on the road, baby fawn. And so it's kind of a big gamble. I'll show you the GPS. My name is Connor, and I live full-time in my Toyota pickup, and I'm currently on a 4,000 mile plus journey traversing the Trans-America Trail. It was almost 8 o'clock, and I'm all ready to hit the road. It's going to be a big mileage day, so I'm just going to try to kind of crank through it. That's kind of the plan for today. We're actually going to be on the other side of I-5, so we'll be camping on the east side of I-5 today, so kind of heading more towards Central Oregon. As we get to the baby fawn scene, I wanted to give you guys a little bit more context than what I have on film. First off, I did not have cameras rolling when I first found the fawn. I was not thinking about filming. I simply wanted to make sure it was okay, make sure it wasn't injured. Once I confirmed that, it was just resting there, I got my GoPro, threw it on, and that's kind of where I picked up. So that's what you're going to see in the video. I don't have a ton of footage. So guys, we just found this guy out on the road, baby fawn. He's right in the middle of the road, so we're just going to move him to a safe spot where we can, where he's safe, where his mama can find him. So, be very gentle. We're just going to kind of move him, I think, in the bushes over there. So, yeah. Wow, this is unreal. There we go. Oh, kind of in a tough spot, this whole big canyon. Here. I think if we put you, where should we put you? Right over here. There you go. I hate to leave you here, but wow. So we don't see Mama as we look around. Not sure where she went, but unfortunately, it's about the best we can do, I think, with this little guy. This whole area is pretty steep in here. But, yeah, he was just laying right there in the middle of the road. Pretty wild. Pretty wild. So a little after video context on the baby fawn. I did move up a little bit with the truck, going slow around the bend, and I did see Mama. She was nestled in the trees, moving back actually towards the fawn, but so I couldn't get her on camera, but she was looking for the fawn, and I'm sure they reunited. It's super common for mothers to leave their fawns in a place while they are busy feeding. So throughout the day, that's super common. So I want to give you a little bit more context in that regards. And also, I only moved the fawn because it was in imminent danger. I know, never to touch wildlife. In this case, because the fawn was in the middle of the road, I needed to get it just into safety. So, there's log trucks
and stuff on these rural Oregon roads. So I just simply moved it into a spot where it wasn't in imminent danger.
And we are blocked. This is actually my first skate of the whole trip, which is crazy. But the red route, no can do. So we'll have to go back on the pavement for a little bit. And I think maybe we can catch it right here. So we're right here. So maybe we can catch it somewhere, get back on the gravel. But yeah, first roadblock. Sure won't be the last. But so we'll back out of here and turn around. It was pretty wild though with baby deer. Like, I mean, that has to be a once in a lifetime opportunity to see one that close and to rescue it out of the road. I mean, I bet that never happens. But oh man, what a pain in the butt. Turn around. Usually this thing's pretty easy, but once in a while you have to turn around somewhere where you don't really want to, but that's alright. Alright, let's get back on the highway. Not much of a highway, really. But it's the smoothest stretch of road that we got. So it's about 2:30, and I'm thinking I want to hit the road for at least another couple more hours, and then we'll make camp somewhere. It's actually really nice where we're at here. At the elevation, there's just minimal bugs. It's not too hot. It's really nice. I'm hoping it kind of stays like this, but guess we'll find out. But actually coming towards getting closer to the backside of Crater Lake National Park, which will be kind of cool. I think mosquitoes could get worse as we get up towards those lakes, but that's how it goes. But it was a good lunch. But I'm ready to get back on the road. So, really going through some narrow sections. So if you're doing Sam's route through Oregon, you're gonna really pinstripe stuff. So, it hurts a little bit. Or even Kevin's route too. They go the same for a little ways here. But, what are those, roadies or something? Looks a lot roadies. I think we get a tree up ahead. We were so close to being off the trail too. Just gonna kind of look at it Let's see. I think we're gonna go ahead and cut it. Just enough so I can get by. But man, what a freaking trail. Tacoma's been squeezing through it. Like, wouldn't want a full size in this stuff. But I think we're just gonna grab the saw and we're just gonna trim it just enough so we can get by. I don't want to do a bunch of cutting, but we gotta do what we gotta do, so. All right. Still gonna be nice and crunchy, but we won't break anything, at least. All right, here goes nothing. Ooh. Very crunchy. Crunchy tacos. Crunchy taco. That might just be a name. Did I just think of a name for this rig? Crunchy taco? Crunchy taco. So, quick little update. We keep hitting a lot of dead ends, and you know, the SAM 2017 update was almost 10 years ago, and you know, this is unfortunately what you run into, is this has been completely tank trapped. I worked really hard to get up here today, and well, we're gonna have to find another way around. And I'm thinking we might try GPS Kevin's easy option and bypass some of this stuff, because it's just turning into a kind of a mess. So I was looking on the GPS, and if we look, so we are right there, right, the blue cursor. So we're the blue cursor, and we want to be on the white and orange path. So the issue is we got a roadblock right where we're at, so we know we can't access all this. But if we go down just a little bit, there's a lower road, looks like, that goes right up along here, just below us, up to that destination. So I think we're gonna give it a shot. It's 7 o'clock, but I really want to get back on the road, and we still have a lot of light left. So I think I'm gonna give it a shot and see if that goes anywhere. It's getting to be about that time, that twilight hour. But camera picks it up pretty good, the light still. But it was a great day on the trail. We actually ended up covering quite a bit of miles. We're all caught up, so tomorrow should be solid. I figure we'll just kind of go at our own pace and see what we find and try to film as much as I can along the way. But I love this campsite. Just nice and peaceful. There's no one here. I mean, it is like a Tuesday, but the truck did great. No problems. Lots of new pinstriping. Yeah, probably shouldn't be into overlanding or off-roading if you're afraid of pinstripes, because let me tell you, this thing is otherworldly pinstripes. it was really weird because like so the Transamerica Trail has been like really mild so far, and then there was just one section on Sam's 2017 update that was just gnarly. Like, I mean, it was not in like a hardcore off-road sense, but it was just like tight, like side by side kind of trails, you know. And I mean, this Coma made it through. I mean, I'm glad I had a short bed on that trail, to be honest, but like it was, you know, swiping every, you know, inch that could, every square inch of body paint that it could scratch got scratched. So it's delayed again with the Fawn, but yeah, that was something else, I think. You know, that just seeing getting to like, I think rescuing a Fawn like that, it's like you never get to do that again. There's no way, right? Like to get that close to a Fawn, to pick it up, move it to the side of the road. I mean, that's like, that was surreal. I mean, that's crazy. Definitely a once in a lifetime moment. But this is what I like about traveling. It's like you really put you put yourself out there, and you get unique experiences that you wouldn't otherwise get. You know. Also, I got for those of you who aren't a fan of DEET, I hate chemicals. I hate anything that smells like chemicals. So you get these collared shirts. You pop the collar up, button the top button, and mosquitoes can't bite your neck. So pretty cool. But I think I'm gonna make some grub and kind of turn in, and I still feel pretty awake. But so I'll catch you a little later. As you can see, we got a few things charging. The Yeti 1000. Quite a day of filming. Then good morning. It's about 9 o'clock. Slept in a little bit, which felt really good. But it's a really nice morning at this campsite, but we're ready to hit the road. We have another big day. So I'm trying to be in Prineville by the end of Thursday. So that's kind of the goal, to be close to the Prineville area and find somewhere just outside of town. And then that'll give us a chance to do editing, and I got to do some internet stuff today, so I do need to find some cell coverage. Been without cell coverage past 2 nights, so hoping to find something with a little bit of coverage so I can check emails. But other than that, it's going pretty good. But we're gonna rack on some miles today, and so hopefully it'll be another good day on the Transamerica Trail. We are actually at this location. We're in the Umpqua National Forest, which is pretty large. You know, I've been traveling in it quite a while, and we're still in it. So, but it's nice. We got the river in the background, and so I really like that. It's peaceful to fall asleep. But I'm almost all packed up, and I'll catch you on the road. Well, we're in an old burn area, so this wasn't surprising to see this. So, looks like it's not that bad. In fact, I think we can cut this a little bit, take this branch. It's already pretty much broken off. And then so we can move that one. I think we only have to saw this guy here. So, looks like a pretty basic job we can take care of. So get the saw out and get started. This area is kind of cool. There's kind of sections of green that we go through, and then it's just all burned. You can see. But yeah, a lot of canyons over here. We're starting to get into a little bit of wildfire smoke too, but so I've ran into 2 people so far who are doing the whole trail. I didn't have cameras rolling, but one guy was on an adventure bike and the other was in a Gladiator. But both have been doing it from start to finish, which is pretty cool. So, but yeah, I don't see a lot of vehicles at all out here, really. It's mostly just me, and but yeah. I also noticed, like, the trail doesn't really go through many public campgrounds, so sometimes it's nice to stay in a public campground with pit toilets and just a little bit more people and neighbors. So, but I haven't really seen very many. So, I'd say if you're betting on public campgrounds, probably don't do the Trans-America Trail. Maybe do your own trip through national forests. But yeah, definitely don't think you're going to get a travel trailer through here either, even if it's an off-road one, like an Australian caravan or something. It's not going to happen. At least in the Oregon sections, it's just too tight. But yeah, you can see the low-hanging trees, and just like that everywhere. But keep on trucking.
Close your eyes, hear the voice within calling. This heavy load got under your skin, howling. You got the white knuckles holding on to tight, keeping your feelings bottled up inside, heading for a collision in the night. To really live, you gotta die. Breathing, breathe out.
So we made it to Deschutes National Forest. So we're getting really close to the Bend area, which is a really pretty part of Oregon, and it's really nice up here. We do have a slight problem, but I did work out the math, and I think we're going to be okay. But we started getting really low on fuel. We didn't really pass through any towns unless I wanted to go out of the way off the trail. So we have about 50 miles left to range before we hit. And so the next fuel up is Crescent City, and which I think is about 30 miles away. So, we're going to make it. We're not like in danger, but kind of pretty close. Some of those reroutes on Sam's route were just
complete dead ends, and I used probably like not a quarter tank, but an extra eighth of a tank going up and down those dead ends. So just something to keep in mind. Like, I think they say on the website, you need 160 miles range or something. You're probably going to need more because you're going to have to backtrack. So you may need more than 160 miles. So something to keep in mind. So we ended up finding a really nice spot right off the road. So we're going to camp here for the night. The nice thing is 4 bars, LTE. So I finally have coverage in camp. Give me a chance to catch up with online stuff. But yeah. So we're doing camp early. I think I'm going to take a shower and kind of relax here. Nice thing is it's nice and shaded here, so it's not too hot either. It's probably 85 out, which is not bad. So that's nice. Woo, that's pretty good. Taking a shower. Oh yeah, the backcountry. It's hard to beat. Good morning. Slept in a little bit, but that's okay. We've got kind of more of a short day today, kind of a half day. I'm gonna be focusing more on, you have to make a stop, get some ice, and fuel, and then be looking for a nice campsite where we can do editing for the next 3 days or so. So it'd be nice to not drive us so much. So not quite a 0 day, but we're not going to be putting on the miles. So. Well, I'm going to head out of here, and I will see you on the next episode. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Connor out.